What up, y'all? What's good? It's Well Squad Chris. So check this out. My brother got the course for you guys, giving you guys his insights on how his progress is going with the rental cars that we got. He's killing. Like, we don't even see the rental cars. Like, it's crazy. The rental cars, like, he lists them, they get booked, and then as soon as one gets turned in, then somebody come and pick it up, and then the next one get turned in, someone come. It's nuts, y'all. It's nuts. So check this out. There's a high demand for rental cars right now because everyone's been in the house for the last year and a half because of the pandemic. Now everybody wants to get out and travel, and there's a lot of rental car agencies that don't have cars or they're booked out. So people are looking for other things. People are looking to Turo. People are looking, for alternative ways. So one of the strategies that he's going to talk to you guys about, I don't know if you're going to watch my video at the beginning or the end, but one of the strategies he's going to talk to you guys about getting in the door is lowering the prices of your rental car so that you can get booked quicker, right? So you can get more bookings. Once you get, those bookings that you need to become a super host, then you can raise the price. So to get in the door, because there's people, to give you a competitive edge, because there's people already doing this. So to give you a competitive edge, you're going to drop the price real quick of yours, let it get booked out like 10 times, get you some 5-star reviews, and then, put the price right back up to the market rate, right? So that's one of the tips he's going to give you guys, but there's a high demand for the rental cars right now. So do not sleep on this, all right? So I'm going to talk to you guys about buying the car, dealing with the dealerships, insurance, stuff like that. I'm adding my 2 cents in here. So check this out. We're going to start off with buying your car. Right. So in his video, he's going to talk to you about how to go find, what cars are hot in the market or whatever. But I'm going to talk to you about, the financial side of things. Right. So financing your car needs to cash flow, tracking your expenses, dealing with the dealership, insurance for your car, and a few other things. Let's rock. All right. So what is cash flow? Cash flow is the money left over after your expenses are paid. Right? So your income minus your expenses. So for example, your car payment, you're going to go get if you're going to go buy a car, say your car payment is $370. Your insurance for your car payment is $180. Your car wash subscription, your Turo fees, your maintenance and miscellaneous fees. So your total expenses subtracted by the income. So let's say you got a car being rent out $90 a day times 24 days a month. So that's $2,160 minus all your expenses. You have cash flow 882 days, right? Or $882. So you're going to take this money and that's what's going to go in your pocket, right? So I say that to say this: your car has to cash flow, right? Your car has to cash flow. So that means you need to focus on the expenses. Right? The income is kind of out of your control after a certain point, right? So there's, only a few things you can do. You can go get the car, you can list the car, you can drop the price, you can do certain things, but you can control your expenses, right? You can control your expenses. So your car has to cash flow. Your car has to cash flow. That's the name of the game. So don't go buy a super expensive car that's not going to cash flow. Don't let the dealer talk you into getting this car, upgrading this or doing this and doing that. If it ain't gonna cash flow, it ain't gonna work. If your credit is jacked up and you can't get a car for a decent amount of money, without paying crazy interest, the car ain't gonna cash flow, right? The name of the game is cash flow. You want to receive this semi-passive income every single week, every single day, every single month, right? Cash flow is king. All right, financing a car, right? So what I do is I go to my bank, I go to Navy Federal, I apply for a loan, and then they'll give me the yay or nay, and then they'll tell me, hey, come pick up your paperwork in the branch, or we can email it to you, or we can mail it to you, whatever. All right, so a few things you should know about getting these loans is, one, there's multiple places for you to apply for car loans, right? So you can do it at your bank, you could do it at your credit union, you could do it even at the dealerships, right? And you want to make people compete for your business, right? So if Navy Federal or whoever you're going to go to, if they tell you, all right, we can get you a new car at, you can get a new car loan for 60 months at 2.29%. Then when you go to the car dealership and they ask you about financing, you say, chill out, I already got my own financing in place. And if they say, oh, well, what's your rate? And maybe we can beat it. Well, all right, cool. If you guys want to beat it, then beat it, So when you walk into car dealerships, they're going to try to, even though you'll have your own financing in place, they'll try to, tell you, hey, we could beat it. All right, if that's the case, then beat it. I want to see you beat it. Remember that the APR is going to affect your monthly payment, right? And your monthly payment is going to affect your cash flow. So make them compete. Make them compete. So if you get, 3, 4, 5% at one place, go to the next place and say, hey, can you guys beat this? Make people compete for your business, right? Your business is valuable. You're valuable. Make people compete for your business. All right. So new cars will typically have a lower interest rate than used cars. So I know sometimes people in their mind, they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get a used car and blah, 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 right? Sometimes that could become a hassle, man. New cars will typically have a better interest rate. Like I applied for a car loan and it was with Navy Federal. I applied for a car loan, but for a used car, and they were like 6% interest, which is kind of crazy. And I'm like, hell no. So boom, I applied for another car loan, but it was a new car instead of used, and they were like 2%. I'm like, that's crazy. There's a big difference between 6% and 2% because I picked new over used, So something to keep in mind, man. You guys might want to just go with the new car, right? Another thing. So your length of your loan, the length of your loan may affect the APR as well. So as you see on this table, I pulled this table directly from Navy Federal. The longer your loan is, then the higher the interest rate goes. All right. All right. So like I was just saying, comparing rates from multiple sources, banks, credit unions, car dealerships, they'll all offer you their own, their own rates, their own terms, or whatever. Do what's best for you, not what's best for the car dealership, not what's best for your bank, not what's best for anything, because the salesman and the car dealership themselves may have incentives to sell you financing. Like they might have some backdoor incentives to get you to not only buy a car with them, but also to finance with them or to finance with their partners. So, if those numbers don't work out for you and you could do better with your own bank, do it at your own bank. Or if you could do better at a third party bank and not your bank or the car dealership, go there, do what's best for you, right? A lot of times when you walk into these car dealerships, we'll get a little bit more to this when I talk about the car dealerships, but when you walk into these car dealerships, man, sometimes they're not even listening to what you want. They have these ideas of, all right, I want to sell him an expensive car and I want to go to finance. They're trying to get some gap insurance, this, that. They're just trying to, light you up with a bunch of different products that they offer so that they can get a higher commission. Do what is best for you and make people compete for your business. All right. So if your bank offers you 3%, you walk into the dealership, ask them to beat it. Hey, I got the paperwork right here. This is what they're offering. Can you beat it? If not, I'm rolling with them. We don't need to talk about financing. Show me the cars. I'll deal with the finance manager when I get there. Right. So if they can't beat it, then cool. They just need to sell you a car. You already got my bank gonna take care of me. You already got the financing in order. My bank gonna take care of me. You don't have to talk to them you don't need to talk to the salesman about the money and stuff. They need to show you the car at that point. All right. So something that should be well known, but is not very well known, is that how much your credit can affect how much you're paying on a car. So here's something I learned early on in like my financial journey, is that a lot of people, when they ask about cars, they don't even ask you about like your interest rate. Like if one of your friends got a nice car, instead of being like, how much did you pay for that car? What people like to ask? What's your car payment? Hey, what's your car note on that? What's the note on that? What's the note on that? Bro, the note don't tell you how much the car is. Like, because if I'm driving, let's say I'm driving like a 10-year-old Honda, and someone's like, yo, what's the note on that? And I'm like, $700 a month. And they'll just assume like, oh, you got ripped off. Like, nah, bro, what if it was a 12-month loan, So just knowing how much the car note is doesn't tell you much, right? So what does tell you a lot is or what's going to affect how much you're paying is your credit score, right? So if your credit score is jacked up, they're going to offer you higher, you're going to pay more interest, right? So if your credit score is super jacked up, then don't go this route, or partner with somebody. Maybe it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your mom or your dad, or somebody can get the car in their name and you guys want to come up with an, and they could come up with an agreement or something. You guys can come up with an agreement on, you know, how this car is going to get financed, and then maybe you could kick them something. They can earn some passive income by simply getting the car in their name, and maybe you give them, you know, $200 a month, you know, so you can subtract that from your expenses or whatever the case is. So if your credit is jacked, either fix your credit first and then go about this route, or partner with somebody so they can get a credit with a low, or they can use their credit with a low interest rate so you can have a lower car payment, right? If your credit is jacked and these banks or these car dealerships are offering you 16% APR or 18% APR, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. All right. You got to cash flow. All right. So anyways, so here's an example of you going to buy a $25,000 car with $1,000 down, right? You see here, $1,000 down, 7% sales tax on all of them, 2% interest on this box on the far left, 8% interest in the middle, 16% interest on the far right, all 7-year loans. Look how the car payment drastically changes because of the interest rate, and the interest rate is going to be mainly driven by your credit score. All right, so 2%, this car is going to cost you $360 a month. 8%, this car is going to cost you $374 a month. 16%, this car is going to cost you $376 a month. All right. Oh, actually, sorry, 16%. I'm tripping. 16% is going to be $476 per month. A whole $170 more than 2%, right? So there's a huge difference, right? So don't think that you know, if you get offered, maybe your credit is jacked up and you can only get 16% interest. Don't start looking at it like, well, maybe my car could get booked more and then it'll still cover it. Like, no, bro, you're overpaying for something. You're going to drastically overpay for an asset, you know, to try to rent it out and cash flow. Like, just stop. Find you a partner to work with you to get this car financed. You know, I'm telling you, your partner, your coworker, your mom, your dad, your sister, your girlfriend, your brother, your boyfriend, whoever. Maybe try to cut them a deal, or simply fix your credit. Wait till your credit is fixed, and you can get a better offer. Spend 6 months trying to fix your credit, and then, you know, reapply for the loan, get a better interest rate. Cool. All right. So your credit matters. Your credit matters. Next, the length of the loan matters as well, right? So I would suggest that you take longer loan lengths, therefore you can have a lower payment. So here's, you know, a calculator I pulled up, and we're just gonna go in order from 36 months on the left, and then right here is 48 months, 60 months, 72 months, 84 months, right? So 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. All right. So look at the estimated monthly payments, right? If you have a 3-year loan, $749 a month. You have a 4-year loan, $570 a month. You have a 6-year or 5-year loan, $463 a month. 6-year loan, $391 a month. Right, so on and so forth. But what's different than this slide than the last slide, I changed the interest rate. So this APR is 3%. So that's why it doesn't match up for the last one versus 2%. All right. But like I said, you know how when people ask you, oh man, that's a nice car. What's your car note? What's your car note? If they don't know how long that your car note is, or your loan, the length of your loan, then they can't really determine if that's a good deal or not. It's kind of something like a question that people who are financially illiterate ask, like, oh, what's the car note? What's the car note? They just want to know that monthly amount, and they should be asking more questions. They don't have enough information to draw a conclusion. All right. So I would suggest that you go with the 60-month loan, 72-month loan, 84-month loan, right? So that you can increase your cash flow. All right. Next, insurance. Your insurance cost is going to affect your cash flow, right? This is all about you having controllable expenses so you can cash flow more money. So you have to run the cost of insurance before you buy the car. I've known way too many people who will buy a car. They don't ask about, they're sitting in the dealership signing paper like, oh yeah, all right, I'll take this. And then the finance guy's like, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here. And then you're just signing away. And then finally he's like, all right, well, you need to get some insurance. And then you want to, go Google how much the insurance is going to cost. You should know the cost of insurance before you buy or before you commit to any vehicle, right? Because what's the point if you go and you say, all right, I got a loan, and if I take this loan, I use the maximum amount for the loan, it's going to be $375 a month. And then you come to find out that your car insurance is going to be $400 a month. That sounds kind of backwards, right? You should know these things before you purchase a car. You can get a quote online. You could pick up the phone and call somebody and ask for a quote, get the VIN number, get the year, make, and model, and then call them and ask them like, all right, what will my quarterly month insurance payment be? Or what will my monthly insurance payment be? What will my annual insurance payment be before you buy the car? All right. So yes, you need, even if you're buying this car and it's only for Turo, right? Still get insurance. You're going to be required, if you have a car loan, to get insurance for the car, right? Full coverage insurance. So look, check this out, guys. If you go buy a car in cash and there's nobody that gives you the loan, you can get liability insurance if you want to, but if you finance a car, you have to have full coverage insurance, right? So you're going to need to know how much that insurance costs before you buy that. I can't say that enough. All right. Also, Turo, the Turo protection package that they have is only going to cover you when your car is being rented on Turo. So let's say you have a meetup location and your meetup location is across the street at the park, and you're driving to the park and somebody T-bones you, right? You're not going to be able to contact Turo and be like, hey, something happened with they're going to be like, call your insurance, right? So yes, you need insurance outside of Turo, right? So in Turo, you can pick your insurance or your protection packages, but that has nothing to do with when you're driving your car or when the car is not being rented out. So you're going to need insurance, right? If you're a homeowner, call whoever insures your home and ask them if they do car insurance as well. And if they do, bundle it together. That'll save you some money. If you have your primary vehicle that you drive and now you're buying a second vehicle or a third vehicle, maybe you and your wife have a car, it's under the same policy. Now you're getting a third car. What kind of bundles do y'all got? Sit there and everything is negotiable, right? So ask for discounts. Maybe you're a vet, maybe you can get discounts there. Maybe you're a college student, you can get discounts there. Like I said, bundle it with your home, bundle it with other vehicles. Do whatever you can so you can get your full coverage, plus you can get at a discount. All right. And then don't pick up the phone, call one insurance company and then roll whatever they say. Like I said earlier, you are valuable. Your money is valuable. Your business is valuable. You need to make people compete for your business. So if you call Geico, then Geico is not trying to, give you a good deal and call someone else, or call whoever else and say, yo, this is what Geico told me. So can you guys beat this? Or I have a policy with this company. Can you guys beat this? Can you guys match this? And let them compete for your business. If they say, no, we can't, cool, go with the next company. Another thing is, don't just do your quotes online. Don't do your quotes online and say, all right, this is what they're saying online. Let me go online and compare it to another company. Pick up the phone. Bro, a 1 hour conversation could change your monthly payment by $50, $40. You'll never know. Pick up the phone and call people. All right. So yes, you need insurance outside of Turo because you're going to have to be driving this car from point A to point B. Or sometimes you might want to drive your own car. Maybe you'll black out some days on this month. So maybe you're not going to put it on Turo for 1 weekend out of the month because you're going to drive across the state and visit your parents or whatever, and your car needs to be insured, right? So, all right, you get it. Next, Turo's protection options, right? So Turo's going to protect your car when someone on Turo is driving your car, right? You can get roadside assistance, you can get up to $750,000 in liability insurance. right? There's different levels of their protection depending on how much of the fee or how much of a fee split you want to roll with them, right? So if you want to do a 60-40 where you can get 60% of what they make or what you make and they can get 40, you want to go 70-30, you want to go 75-25, you want to go 80-20, right? And every level, every fee structure comes with different protection options. Okay, so for instance, on the 60 plan, right, that's the highest. So that means if your car gets booked for $100, you're only going to get 60 of those dollars. Turo is going to make their money by getting the other 40. They're going to get the other 40% of what your car was just rented out for. But as an incentive for you to do this 60-40 split with them, they're going to give you more protection, right? So you'll get 60% of the trip price up to $750,000 in third-party liability insurance. I think it's through it's through Liberty Mutual, right? Turo pays for 100% of the eligible damage costs. There's no deductible. It includes exterior wear and tear reimbursement, right? So if something happens with your car, you'll go get it fixed. Boom, Turo will reimburse you. All right. Includes loss of hosting income during repairs or $50 a day for a replacement vehicle. Okay, so if you're using your car on Turo and it's being rented, let's say 5 days out of 7 days of the week, and then something happens to your car and now it's in the shop, well, Turo is going to help you replace that income that you just lost by your car being damaged by, the last renter on Turo. All right, so then there's the 70 plan, right? So I want you to read through all these things. So the difference between the 60 and the 70. Now on the 70, you can see there's a $250 deductible. They do a $30 a day replacement vehicle while your car is being repaired. It doesn't include exterior wear and tear. It doesn't include your loss of hosting income. So small differences, right? But Turo's trying to create a package that will be fair for you and to be fair for them so they can make money off of you and you can feel protected and have your protection in case things go left, because things will go left. Okay, so I want you to look through all the protection options and then make a decision on which one fits you the best. Okay, so for us, we do 70-30. All right, so we can go all the way up to 85. So you can get 80, so you can get more money. You can get all the way up to 85% of. So if your car is being booked out for $100 a day, I'm using 100 to make the math easy, then you'll get 85 of that $100. Turo will only get the last 15%, but then you have higher deductibles, but maybe your deductible doesn't matter because you have enough cash reserves to cover it, right? So it all depends on your unique situation. But what I'm going to tell you is do not be greedy. Don't just go for the $85 plan because you want to cash flow the most money. Okay. So don't be greedy. Roll with the plan that will cover you when things go left, because things will go left. Something's going to happen. All right. So just think there's somebody out there, to us, they're strangers. Some stranger out there in the world wants to rent out your vehicle in exchange for a few dollars, right? Some of these people are going to do dumb things, right? Something bad is going to happen, right? Bro caught somebody doing donuts in our car. Luckily, it didn't damage the car, but you might get somebody who's just a knucklehead. Somebody might be drinking and driving, or your car might get damaged and it might be no fault of the renter. It might have been somebody blows a red light and hits them, So don't be greedy going for the 85-15 plan, because something will happen, right? And when something will happen, if you don't have that money for the deductible, you just screwed yourself. Think long-term on this, all right? So like I said, we roll with the 70, 60, 70 is cool. Even 75 is cool. I wouldn't go anything above 75, all right? All right. When you go to buy a vehicle, right? When you go buy a vehicle, especially like if you don't know too much about cars, when you go buy a vehicle, you can have your car inspected before you purchase it, right? So you might not want to rely on the car dealership to tell you what's wrong with this car, the car is good, or have one of their mechanics. Of course, they have an incentive to not tell you what's up with this car. So, you know, if you had to pay somebody $175, $99, whatever, to come out and inspect this vehicle before you make a purchase, then do that, right? So you can, like, here's a company that will do it for you, Lemon Squad, but you can Google search car inspection service in wherever that you're at, in Charlotte, North Carolina, Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, wherever you're at, you can just Google car inspection service, and people will meet you at the car dealership and inspect your vehicle before you make the purchase, okay? So even if you're going to buy something, so if you're going to buy from a dealership, you're going to buy from a third party, whatever it is, you have somebody come out. Don't let them just tell you, if you're buying a used car, don't let them just tell you, hey, yeah, nothing's ever wrong with this car. Like, yo, this salesman, there's 250 cars on this lot. This salesman doesn't know everything about every car. So, you know, you can ask him like, hey, any known issues with this car? He's like, no, not that I know of. He just wants to get you in the door and out of the door as quick as possible. All right, so bring your own guy. You know, don't be a cheap ass, spend the 180, spend the 200, whatever. There's some services out there for $99. Have somebody come and, you know, inspect the vehicle before you purchase. It's a major purchase for you. $25,000. You know, a $25,000 car, $20,000 car, $15,000 car. You can't cough up $200 to let somebody inspect it. Use your brain. We're playing long term, you guys. All right, dealing with dealerships. So I have a negative tone towards dealerships because I hate dealerships, right? Like, if you guys been in and out of dealerships, you'll know too. Like, I just hate dealerships, right? It seems like car salesmen don't care about their customer. They're not even listening to their customer. I've had a gazillion bad experiences to this day. From the time I ever walked in my first car dealership when I was 19 years old to today, 10 years later, I'm 29 years old. Every time I go to a car dealership, it's the same experience. Like, it seems like they don't listen. They're trying to sell you on the highest, you know, the highest thing that you could possibly afford. Like, they're not taking in consideration what you need, or what you want, what your budget is, any of that stuff. So for you guys who may be like me, right, or and have all these experiences, or for you guys who maybe not be confrontational, or for you guys who may not, you know, be comfortable going by yourself, but you got to go by yourself. Here's some tips that I got for you dealing with car dealerships, right? Know your price range and the type of vehicle you want before you walk into that car dealership, right? So if you're looking for a Toyota Camry, right, and you're looking to spend less than, let's say you're looking for a Toyota Camry and you're looking $35,000. When you go to the car dealership and you tell them, I'm looking for a Toyota Camry, something 2018 or newer, and then this dude starts walking you to, you know, the brand new ones that are $40,000, but your budget was $35,000, you'll know, like, you know, hey, bro, that's not what I asked you for, you know. To give you guys an experience, before me and my brother started this, you know, started getting our cars listed, we spent months going to car dealerships. And one dealership we went to, I told the guy my budget was $15,000, and I was looking for a car that was 2019 or newer, and he started taking me to old cars. And I told him, like, oh, I'm looking to put this car on hire car. This is before the Turo thing. I was looking to get on hire car, and I'm like, yeah, my budget is $15,000. And we started looking around at these cars, and I'm looking at my brother like, hey, like, is this dude is tripping. It's disrespectful for him to go, you know what I mean, not listen to what I just said and go try to show me $25,000 car. Like, if I said my budget was $15,000, right? So he's showing me all these cars. And then I told him, like, I'm looking for like a small car, like a small compact car. And he points at a minivan, and he's like, yeah, I think this minivan will do well for hire car on you. You know, a lot of people need minivans, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, you're not an expert at this, bro. Like, you are a car salesman. You know nothing about Turo or hire car. Like, just listen to what I have to say or I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? Like, listen to what I want. And he just couldn't. So then they didn't have any prices on the cars, right? So you have to go talk to somebody about the car. So there's one car that we looked at, it looked decent. I'm like, what's the price on this? He just keeps talking, right? I'm like, all right, bro, but like, I'm not gonna make a decision on if I want this car or not if I don't know the price. Mind you, I told him the thing was 15,000, so he should have only been showing me cars around 15,000. So he goes talk to his manager. He comes back and he's like, hey, if we can get this in the price range that you would like, can you make a commitment that you buy this car today? You know, these dealers, these salesmen have so many tactics and they're all whack, right? So then I'm like, bro, I'm not. He's like, can you initial your name right here on this piece of paper so my sales manager knows that, you know, you are a serious buyer? I'm like, bro, I'm not initialing nothing. Like, what's the price of this car? So he leaves and he comes back and he's like, all right, the car's, I think he said $21,000, but the car was like, basically a brand new version of this car was like $20,000. So how they were selling a used car for more than what a new car was, I don't know. We were just mad. Me and my brother were just mad. We just walked out, right? Do not fall for these games of these car dealerships. This is your investment. This is your business. This is your baby. Don't let them tell you what might work on Turo or what might work on Hire Car or what might work. They don't know, bro. They sell cars. They don't know any of this stuff, right? So if they don't have what you're looking for, leave. If they can't get in the price range that you're looking for, leave. Like, don't let people waste your time. Car dealerships will waste your time. They'll say, oh yeah, you came in here looking for a Dodge Charger. Well, we have some Honda Civics over there that might be in your price range. Like, bro, did I say that I wanted a Honda Civic? You know what I mean? Like, don't. This is a business, right? This is a business for you guys out there who might want to get into this or you're about to get into this, but you're not too familiar with business. This is a business. If they can't meet your terms, then walk out. Go to the next car dealership. Don't feel forced. Don't let them put you in a corner, especially women. They try to do this with women all the time, right? Don't let people back you into a corner and buy no vehicle. You're the one who's ultimately responsible for making these payments. Don't do anything you don't want to do. All right. Don't spend time letting them show you what they think will work, right? Because if you walk in there and you tell them like, yeah, I'm about to list this car on Turo, blah, blah, and they start showing you all types of things. Like the guy was trying to show me a minivan. I'm like, hey, bro, like you got to get your shit together. I'm gonna leave, like anyway. All right. Don't go over budget. That's another thing. Don't go looking at cars that are over your budget, because what will happen is you'll say, all right, my budget is 25,000. Let's say the bank approves you for 30,000, but you're like, all right, I only want to spend 25,000. They'll go show you $29,000 cars or $31,000 cars in hopes that you change your mind, right? Like, oh man, well, I might as well get this car because it's a year older or it's a year newer, whatever the case is. Have your budget. You should know what your numbers are based on what you get approved for, and then stick to that. All right. Your car has to cash flow. So don't let you, if you're looking for a $25,000 car and your payments are going to be whatever, and now all of a sudden you're looking for $32,000 cars, your car is not going to cash flow as well. All right. So this is a business transaction. So be firm when you go into these car dealerships. All right. Here's some more dealership tips. Don't get pressured into buying anything. Remember that at the end of the day, it's your decision, right? It's your decision. The car salesman is going to deal with you for an hour. He's going to pass you off to the finance guy so you can sign some papers, and then he's never going to talk to you again. All right? They're never going to talk to you again. If your car breaks down the day after you buy it, they're going to act like they don't even know you. Like, nah, I don't remember dealing with you. This is your decision, right? With that being said, let me say this. Do not go buy a car that you can't afford to pay for without Turo, right? So don't go buy a car that's going to run you $750 a month, but you're in your mind, you're like, well, Turo will pay for that. But you know damn well that without Turo, you can't cover that $750 a month, because what if something happens? What if you get banned off of Turo for something that is a mix-up, right? Or not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, if you cannot cover this car payment without Turo, then you probably shouldn't be spending that much money, all right? Next, tell them your budget out the door. Don't let them add on top of that. So when I go there, I say, my out the door price is $45,000. So if they're showing me a $44,000 car, now you got to add sales tax. You got to add this fee, that fee, that fee, that fee, that fee. And now they're talking about, all right, so we'll get you out the door at $48,000. Bro, my out the door price is $45,000. That means you need to lower the price of your car, or you need to do whatever you need to do. I'm only willing to spend $45,000, right? So know your out the door price, because all the math, you know, your payments, all that stuff is going to be based on how much you spend on the car, right? So know your out the door price. Your car has to cash flow. So don't let them start throwing all this extra stuff in. All right. Get a car history printout before you're making your decision. Make sure that it doesn't have any major damages or accidents, right? So if there's like, you know, major damage to, I don't know, the steering column prior to you buying the car and now they fixed it, no, bro, like, nah. You know, minor accidents, minor incidents, cool, but nothing major, man. Look at the history of the vehicle. You can run that with the VIN before you make a purchase. And then, like I said, call your insurance before you buy. So if you're the car dealership and you're looking at cars and you test drive a car and you think this car is pretty cool, all right, cool, hold on, give me a second, sir. Let me call my insurance guy. All right, call your insurance guy. All right, the insurance guy tells you this is going to be $220 a month. Now you can make an informed decision whether you're willing to buy this car or pass up on this car before you actually buy it. You'll know based on the insurance numbers, based on everything else. Okay. So those are some of my tips, right? Just to recap, if your credit isn't good, fix your credit first. Don't go signing no damn car loan with, you know, 16, 18%, 12%, none of that. Fix your credit if you need to, or partner with somebody who has decent credit. In the additional resources in this course, there's going to be some videos that will give you information on how to fix your credit and what makes up your credit score and all that good stuff. All right. Call your insurance before you make a purchase. You should know how much your insurance costs before you make a purchase. I'm going to tell you guys something that I always see happen with cars. Someone has a car payment. Let's say their car payment is $400. Let's say their insurance is $275 and their hours get cut at work. This always happens. You know what they're going to stop paying first? They're going to stop paying their insurance. I've seen so many people stop paying on their insurance because they want to keep their car, right? So they'll let their insurance fall, right? And then they get in a car accident. And then guess what happens? Because they didn't have insurance, they can't get their car fixed. Now they're paying on a car that they can't even drive, right? But they don't want to stop making the payments because it's going to mess up their credit. All right. Insurance is very important. You have to have full coverage insurance if you have a car financed, right? So if the insurance numbers don't make sense and they don't fit in your budget, then do not buy that car. The more valuable the car is, the higher the insurance is going to be. If you have prior accidents on your driving record, is going to affect your insurance. All right. So insurance, your credit, like I said, your credit is not good. Partner with somebody who has good credit, or fix your credit first. All right. Don't get pressured into buying anything at the dealership or doing anything at the dealership that you don't want to do, that you don't feel comfortable doing, that you're overspending or whatever. Don't let them feel like, oh man, I've been working with you for 3 hours and you don't want to purchase this car. Oh, bro, you just wasted my time. Don't let them put you in that situation, right? If they don't have what you're looking for, leave. Okay. And then the other thing is, when it's time for you to choose your protection plans on Turo, do not be the cheap person going for the 85 because you want to keep all the money, knowing that a $2,500 deductible might affect your pockets, right? Or that you can't get a rental car for a week or for 2 weeks while your car gets worked on and it's not covered by them, right? So don't be cheap. Don't be greedy with the protection plan. All right. So in the additional resources, we're going to have a cash flow calculator. We're also going to have some information about fixing your credit or improving your credit so that you can get the best interest rate possible. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit me up on social media. You guys know my social media. If you don't, Chris with 4 S's on Instagram, and then CJ_Johnson17 on Twitter, right? Or you could just search Well Squad Chris. Thanks for your purchase, and I'm excited for you to start this journey. Let me know when you get your first booking. Hit me up on social media and tell me, hey Chris, I got my first booking, or hit my brother up. You know, we want to keep up with you guys' progress. Let us know when you're getting booked out. Let us know how your journey is going. But this is a dope way for you to put additional income in your pocket. Like I said, we have 2 cars on there and we do not see our cars. Like, if on Monday someone's dropping a car off, Monday morning, Monday night somebody's picking the car up, or Tuesday at the latest somebody else is picking the car up. We do not see our cars. Last thing I'm gonna say is that calculator on Turo, I think at this point they're drastically underestimating what your car can do, because when I put our cars on there and it says how much we're going to make a month, they're always off by like 30%. Like we're always making like 30% more than what they say that we would make, because there's such a high demand for these rental cars right now. This is a good way for you to add extra income, extra cash flow to, you know, your finances. But we want you guys to go about it the right way. So hit us up. Let us know when you get your first booking. Let us know, you know, what you're up to, how it's working out for you, you know, and I hope all these gems help you guys out. All right. Peace.